What it do, everybody? It's the trio. We are back yet again. I know it's been a while. Life hits you in different ways, and we are here for you guys now. The Cuz We're Geek crew here on the YouTube Geek'D channel, Glowsun Geek channel, I should say. Today's video, man, we are going to be hitting you guys with two spoiler warnings. We're just letting y'all know right now, spoiler warning, okay? We'll be talking about the Hawkeye series, and we'll be talking about Spiderman No Way Home. And as y'all know, I am your boy Real. And joining me on this video are two guys who put the cuz in Cuz We're Geek'D. I got my kinfolk Cam. What's up, man?
What's up, y'all? We back.
Yes, sir.
Spider-Man.
Yes, sir. And I got my kinfolk Will. What's up, man?
Good feeling, man.
Already, man. I had to drink my water. We about to have a nice one today.
About to get real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, as a show and a movie. I'm gonna say two shows. A show and a movie that we were really excited about, man. That we both enjoyed. Hopefully, we all enjoyed. We're gonna get into that. So what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a spoilers. It's going to be spoilers. We're just letting y'all know now. So please, if you have not seen either, the Hawkeye, any episode of Hawkeye yet, or Spider-Man No Way Home, first of all, what are you doing with your life? You should have already seen them already. And second, go back and watch those. Come back and hit us up and listen to our spoilers and our opinions of the movie and the show. So first, we're going to get into the Hawkeye. So the way we usually do this, we kind of give you our overall thoughts, positives and negatives, and then you give you our ratings. We usually do that on the movies, but we guess we could do that on the show too. And then kind of after that, kind of see where we rank this show at amongst all the Disney Plus shows. So let's get into Hawkeye first, fellas. Will, man, what was your overall thought of the Hawkeye series, man?
It was good. It had me nervous with the first, 3 episodes?
Probably, two or three.
Because it did the usual MCU Disney Plus thing. Start off slow, get the story built up. Hit episode 4. Now it's really speeding up. So with them doing that, it had me nervous at first. It's like, come on! Like I was gonna watch either way, but still had me nervous. But episode 4 picked up, and then 5 and 6 was fantastic. Especially 5 when they finally introduced the big fella with this simple picture, granular picture.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Once they actually showed that picture, it's like finally it actually pulled him into the MCU officially. Pulled Wilson Fisk into the MCU. But yeah, it was a good one. Being able to, the storyline was really good. It had me nervous if they were actually going to snuff him out, snuff him out just because of like the way that Black Widow ended the post credit scene, as far as saying like he basically was the reason that Natasha died. Yeah, and then so the sister would be upset, so of course she got to go after him. So when that happened, it's like, ooh, are they gonna like snuff him off? And then Kate ended up being the Hawkeye for now on. It's like, but they didn't. But that's what had me nervous. Say, I wonder if they're gonna do it that way, go with this type of storyline. But yeah, I think overall it was really good. I enjoyed it. Being able to pull officially the Netflix Daredevil into the MCU because of with Wilson Fisk, since that came out before Spider-Man. So, which I think. What about you, Cam?
Me, Hawkeye. I always thought Hawkeye was an interesting character, being that he doesn't really have any, normal powers. One of his major powers is that he's able to be as accurate is. Pretty much do anything he needs to do with the arrow, and that's his power. So seeing him actually get his own show, I was skeptical at first. What are they going to talk about? It's pretty much a passing the mantle type of episodes, passing the baton, Prodigy. I think it's pretty decent though. did really good. I like how they fished in Kingpin. You already know if they're in New York City, Hell's Kitchen is near and dear. So if you see Kingpin, you getting some Daredevil, you getting some Elektra, you getting some Punisher. Hopefully, I don't know if they'll mix that in there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if you're in New York City, it's a lot of people in New York City. It's a lot of heroes that you need to see. A lot of people that we want to see. Putting Kingpin in there, it's really perfect. Overall, like Will said, first 3 episodes, skeptical. Not skeptical in a bad way, more as like I don't know where they're gonna go with this. But it had you wondering, trying to connect dots that aren't there yet. You know, you don't even know what's going on just yet. But near and dear, initially I thought it was gonna be a little skeptical, but they got it right. 4th episode, 5th episode, that's all you need is a picture of Kingpin. And 6th episode rounded off real good, especially with seeing Yelena. Did not know she got snapped. Let's talk about it.
Oh man!
And I like the way that they showed her coming back from her perspective. It's like it felt like she kind of like she was standing there, and then she's like all of a sudden the room just changed. Like what the heck just happened? Not knowing that she really got snapped or whatever, and just seeing it from her perspective, man, was kind of interesting. Cause we were just seeing it like from our perspective of seeing that person coming back, and they showed it from her perspective coming back. That was pretty interesting.
And the fact that you would have never known that, you know, I think that's interesting. I like how they did that writing with that. Seeing Yelena, especially after Black Widow, is good. Seeing Yelena, after Black Widow, especially after the cutscene talking to V. So initially, I thought that Kate Bishop's mom was working with her, but Yelena popped up out of nowhere. Good movie. good movie. What's the word? Introduction. Eventually, we're gonna see a lot more of her. I like the connection she got with Hawkeye at the end. I don't know how good she's gonna take that type of information, but we'll see what goes on here on out. Thus far, I'll get a good 9. I feel like I could go for at least 2 more episodes. Would y'all agree? 6 episodes.
I think they should have stretched it out for at least 8, man. It was
at least 8, a good 8, not 10. I did like the fact that they made the last episode an hour. Like, okay, some type of justice. It's an hour.
Oh, I didn't even feel it.
Right. You didn't feel it compared to these 2-hour movies we've been getting. Yeah. You know.
Right. Yeah, man. Like I said, I think we're starting now to kind of get used to the pace, I guess, of how the Disney Plus shows are. Like this is not a Marvel movie, you know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of bang, not a lot of action. It's a lot of story and character heavy driven narratives. And
if you would, it played like a comedy.
Yeah. It really did. Like you said, it actually played like the what's the comic book writer's name who did the Hawkeye comic book which this show is heavily based off of. I cannot think of his name right now, but because Hawkeye even had the comic, had the suit from that storyline. Yeah, it's probably the most famous Hawkeye storyline. I'm sorry, y'all, blanking on the creator's name. The writer's name. Like Pizza Dog, all that is in that story. Like this took heavily, probably like 90% of this show was from that comic book storyline. Now in the comic though, she did take on the mantle of Hawkeye, but there was also they both were Hawkeye because they couldn't think of a name for her. So she was called Hawkeye and he was Hawkeye. It's kind of like what Miles Morales is called Spider-Man, but then Peter Parker is still Spider-Man. So you got Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's kind of like how this was. So I'm on the thinking of Hawkeye will still be Hawkeye, but she's gonna kind of be in the MCU too. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I don't know, because I think that his wife plays a huge role, and so I think that they're gonna do a little bit more with her backstory and her character going forward. For a lot of people who don't know, if y'all saw the show, the watch that Hawkeye was trying to get was her watch. And when they flipped it, it had the shield sign on the back with the number 19. And in the comics, she's Agent 19 Mockingbird. And so that's why I was saying, like, I don't see Hawkeye just retiring and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be back. And like I said, I think he'll be called Hawkeye and she'll be called Hawkeye too. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, it was a lot, man, in this show that to be honest with y'all, I was underwhelmed with the last episode. I felt like, because when Cameron said it should have been at least 2 more episodes, I agree, because I feel like the Kingpin was just kind of like, oh look, Kingpin, you know what I mean? Like it felt like it was somebody in the back, you know, playing all this and you know what I'm saying, like orchestrating everything, you know what I'm saying, like if we could have felt like kind of get glimpses or like little pieces of him throughout the show to then lead up to that, then you'd be like, oh dang, you know, okay, Kingpin. With this one, it was like, you know, this Kingpin. Oh, he's there. Oh, okay. Well, so he's the bad guy. Okay, like you didn't really feel that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it was just a service to them, just addressed as saying like, oh, the big guy or uncle or whatever the whole time. Still, just didn't feel like he was in charge of it. It just felt like, you know, either the swordsman, her Kate Bishop's future stepfather, or her mother were involved in this. That's how I really felt. It didn't feel like Kingpin had anything to do with it. It's like he was just there by name. And like Will said, you know, he's talking about, because this right now is a debate going on right now online. If this Kingpin is actually the Kingpin from the Netflix series. And a lot of people are saying, I think that it's not the same Kingpin. It's just that they have a lot of the sensibilities. Like when he had the cuff that she stole, inflicted or whatever, that was his father's cufflink, which we know from the Netflix series, that's where he got the cufflinks from. That was his father's cufflinks. But there's a difference in this one. He's a whole lot stronger in MCU compared to Netflix. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, he has a whole lot more of the comic book accurate attributes than he did in Netflix. Like that Kane. Yeah. He didn't have Kane in the Netflix series, but he has it in the MCU. Like I said, he's big. He seems like he's a little bit bigger and he's definitely stronger, like he is in the comic.
He didn't have the anger though, like he did in Netflix though.
He was like,
that too. He said he tried to bring in a little bit of that. Yeah. Like, but also understand, like, this is not the same. Daredevil. Yeah. It's not the same Kingpin, but he still tried to bring a little bit more of those sensibilities. Like he said, like this Kingpin's a whole lot stronger. Like you see a dude ripping car doors off and taking explosions to the face, all that stuff. Like so they try to make him a little bit more comic book accurate. But yeah, for me, man, the show wasn't bad. I just really I don't know what's up with these shows lately, man. That like they give you good content throughout the show, throughout the series, and they just don't stick the landing, bro. I don't know what's up with that. The only one that did it was Loki. To be honest with you, that's the only one that really stuck the landing. Yeah, Loki's the only one that did it. Think about it. Wanda, if you took out that last episode, was the best show as far as like narrative and characters, you know, all that stuff was the best one. But it was that last episode that kind of like dropped it down a little bit. Loki was okay going through. Then that last episode, bang, like, oh, okay. Okay, Loki stuck the landing. Stuck the landing. And then what was the other one? What if
God made me?
What if was
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
It had some good
lackluster.
It had moved the story forward. It had moved the story forward, but it wasn't like grab you and hold you.
Yeah.
But it was good, but it didn't grab you, hold you. But
I would say that maybe it's not giving the oomph that we're looking for because there's no connection to none of them. Not
like what you mean?
Like like at it was no point in Hawkeye that we see like, oh, we hear something about Captain America around the corner, or you don't hear what's going on with Wanda, or you don't see no glimpses or no white figure jumping over buildings between new future episodes of Moon Knight. you don't see any connections between what's going on with the shows to see what like as far as like a timeline at least like Wanda happening and everything like that.
This show actually kind of lines up with the timeline of a movie we're about talk about.
Okay.
So, but no, I think I see what you're trying to say, but I think it's more of a way to introduce characters into the Marvel MCU. Like I said, us getting, Cameron, there's one Echo. She's getting the show, so it kind of gave you a glimpse of her going into her show. I guess you could say Echo would be a spinoff of Hawkeye. And then, it gives you a chance to look at Kingpin. And let me ask y'all a question real quick, man, about Kingpin. So, like I said, y'all already know this is spoilers, so we talk about the show.
Come on.
Do y'all think that Kingpin died at the end of the series?
No.
Okay.
That's episode basically one episode of the Kingpin isn't enough. There's no way that you just kill him off just like that.
The man got hit by a car.
Exactly. Like he's too big of a figure. You just introduced Matt Murdock into the MCU. You have Spider-Man that's basically stepping out of Peter Parker and just going to be Spider-Man as well. There's no way you can kill Kingpin off just like that. Like, like this dude is something serious. This is a major villain that you can keep around for a very long time. With he touches
especially in street level.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. So he touches so much of the MCU, the New York MC portion of the MCU. There's no way they can kill him off. He'll probably be hurt. He'll be hurt. I'm sure. Down for a little bit, but dead? Nah, man. Because if they do, I'm gonna be salty like the way that they did Taskmaster.
Oh my god!
Oh man!
If they killed him and then what they did with Taskmaster is like, bro, y'all heard me this 2021. Like y'all heard me this. It came to the villain, so y'all could have took it to the next level with these two. Like, So I don't think they killed him off.
So in the comics. That scene where she shot Kingpin was actually in the comic. Kingpin didn't die. He ended up losing his sight.
Yeah.
So just to kind of heads up to let everybody know about that one. So that's why I don't think because they started to take a lot, especially the shows. The shows started to take a lot of liberties from the comics. A lot of liberties, like I said.
Which I like. I like that they do that.
Yeah.
Even down to the costumes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think like Will said, like for us to kind of pretty much beg Kevin Feige to bring him into for them to bring these characters into the MCU proper. For you to, like you said, kill him off in one show. Nah, I don't believe that, bro.
Ain't no way.
I can see him being I can see him still being alive in the Echo series.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Ain't no way.
Let's see. There's anything else about this? So what are some negatives? Y'all got any negatives y'all got to take from this show? I think I pretty much kind of addressed the ones I kind of.
My one negative was what you said in the last episode. The scene between Yelena and Hawkeye was kind of frustrating.
Why is it that?
I mean, because Yelena punching him, he just eating him, just like I understand where you're sad. No,
he didn't want to. He didn't want to fight.
You can grab her like I know you mad, but you gonna stop hitting me. Right?
Yeah.
She want to hit them with like one of them like them sticks or whatever, them metal stick. Like man,
yeah, she was putting it on him.
What? And he just eating him. Just no. You never hit a woman, but you can always grab.
Yeah.
At first, I was watching Kate fight Kingpin and how she was standing her. I was like, how's this happening? Even Daredevil got his butt whooped when it came to it. And then I had thought about it. It was like, well, Daredevil fight. He, for the most part, recently learned how to fight. Use his skill and everything to fight. When Kate's been doing it for like a decade.
No. Remember Daredevil been learning how to fight since he was a kid. He been
I thought
trained.
that was more. I thought that was more of getting his skill, but not necessarily the fighting.
No, remember Stick. Stick is the one who trained him. Stick trained him since he was a kid.
You're right.
Yeah, he trained him to hone his skill and his
Yeah, you're right. But but yeah, it's like, oh man, how's she holding? Then I had thought about, okay, yeah, she's been fighting for a long time, so being able to deal with him the way that she was able to protect him, and then their little snap was
now,
pretty cool.
Yeah,
technically, like her learning how to fight is like you fighting one of those little karate competitions. That's not the same. Like Stick was once part of the hand.
Yeah.
And so him training Daredevil was a whole lot different than her fighting these little karate tournaments and stuff. So I mean Daredevil holding his own, that's more believable because he's been trained since he was like 9 or whatever, however old he was when his dad died or whatever. And so,
forgot that. It's been a long time since I've seen the Daredevil movie. Man,
I thought about watching that the other day, man. I got the alert from like YouTube. It's like free on there.
Watch.
Yeah, they got the director cut on there of the Ben Affleck Daredevil. I thought about watching that, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's on what?
On YouTube. So it's free on YouTube.
Oh wow.
You watch movies and stuff on YouTube.
You
can rent, buy, or they got free ones on there. Yeah, it was like free the director's cut. I was like, man, I might watch that when I get home. I just didn't have time though.
Probably will.
But yeah, that's all we got for the Daredevil. For the Hawkeye series, man. Let's go ahead and get into the main events.
The boy, the one and only. Is he the one and only? Definitely not the one and only.
You know what I'm saying? The man over my shoulder here. Oh, where's it? Right there. All right. We're gonna talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. Fellas, this was probably the biggest event movie that we had probably since Endgame.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Since Endgame.
Absolutely.
Opening weekend, he made $260 million. That's in the pandemic. 200. That's the most in the pandemic. It's the most since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's the number 2 opening weekend in box office history. Behind, of course, y'all know Infinity War will open. I think it was at 340.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, we can get into it, man. Ken, what was your overall thoughts on Spider-Man No Way Home?
Spider-Man No Way Home. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
10 out of 10. Only person I feel like should have got beat up a little bit sooner was Green Goblin. Man, Show do know how to mess up some shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. Surely does know how to mess up some stuff. But man, Spider-Man was good. For what, 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, close to it. Close.
Right around.
Yeah.
Probably a good 18 months.
Yeah, probably 18, yeah.
18 months, man. For 18 months for a movie that's been pushed back a couple times from a pandemic, I give it its points. Just do. It's a good movie.
What you got, Will?
Man, it's fantastic. It got to the point where I had to stop watching shows like this. It's like folks trying to put out their theories and everything. It's like, nope, I just shut it down. It's like, no, I don't want to hear anything because if they end up guessing it, it's gonna ruin it. Like I'm trying to go in here and I want as pure
John Campia.
I just want it to be my pure reaction to all of it. As far as with the Tobey Maguire showing up, with the Andrew Garfield showing up, it was just this movie was fantastic. And then it came out that the only way that William Dafoe, Green Goblin, would do it was if he did his own stunts.
Yeah,
man, it was fantastic. He was fantastic. This movie was great.
Really good.
One of the toughest parts to me was how were they going to have all these villains? Because we've seen it in, I think it was Andrew's Spider-Man, his second movie.
Yeah, the second Amazing Spider-Man, and then the third Spider-Man.
Yeah, and so that's where they start having multiple villains in it, and it seems like they're doing too much. But then with this one, they have all these villains, but it didn't feel like they were doing too much. It felt like
No.
it all came together nicely, and it actually just flowed as well.
Yeah.
Like this was a really well written movie. It was fantastic. I told my friend yesterday, so me and the wife went to go watch it the second time yesterday, and he asked me, Jay, he was like, "What you think of it?" The second show. It was really good. But for some reason, folks keep cutting onions up in there because it was Aunt
He be
May.
trying to get you. He was trying to
Yeah,
get you, boy.
so it was Aunt May's death
Yep.
was a tough one, and then
Yeah.
when Andrew called MJ.
Oh yeah.
He just held on to her. You could just see it in his face.
Yep.
My wife, she hadn't seen his second one, so she was like, "Oh, I get the reference." It's like,
What?
but if you actually watch the movie, you understand why it's emotional. Like
Yeah.
he was right there to catch her, and
He didn't catch
barely
Gwen.
missed. Yeah, just missed her to where her head ended up banging off the floor. It's like this is big. So for them
Yeah.
to get that part, him being the one to actually catch her, being
Yeah.
able to, uh, from what happened to Toby being stabbed in the back, and like it had a lot going, and they were able to put it together very well. And then,
Yeah.
can we talk about the smooth transition of going from Iron Man being Spider Man's basically mentor to now it's Doctor Strange? Like how smooth it was. Well, not he won't do it officially now because he forgot about him, but just for that little instance, how smooth it was, where he basically took
Yeah.
lead. And it was really he at that for that little bit of time. He to me, I think they really did it really well. So, but
Because
yeah,
even in
I
that,
left.
even in that one scene where he was like, "Man, I forgot you was a kid. Like we didn't did so
Yeah,
much stuff that I didn't forgot you was a kid."
yeah.
Because
Like,
wherever they were for 5 minutes, really five
mhm.
years, the whole time that
Yeah.
he was sitting there making that circle, they
Yeah,
had to have some type of conversation.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love this movie. I loved it. What about you, Real? What about you?
Man, listen.
Come
I think
on.
I did a lot of hooping and hollering in this movie, man. Like you said, the anime scene when
Yeah,
Toby got stabbed
Man.
in the back. I'm just like,
yeah,
man, I thought I know me and Tears in there yell, oh no, or whatever.
No, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like I said, it's very emotional. I remember Tom Holland had said like this was gonna probably be the most emotional and most violent Spider-Man movie out of all three. And y'all saw it, man, when they was him and Goblin went at it that first time when he was slamming
yeah,
through each floor. I'm like, God
yeah,
dang.
yeah. They were
Yeah,
fighting.
that was
Yeah, they was
fighting.
fighting, man. I think the two characters really who stole the show to me, man, was Andrew and Alfred Molina. Dr. Man, listen, them two stole the show, man. Let me ask y'all a question. Cause this has been going around on the interwebs. I had to add Terry this other day, and I think John put a poll up on his show. Who's the best Spider-Man now? Out of all three of them.
So it's a tough one.
That's the tough one.
It's easy for me.
So Toby is the original. You
Original.
have
That's who Terry had.
Out
so
of out of a built-in spider web.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have uh is it Tom? He has a better storyline. He has better writers. So his storyline's been better. And then like with Toby, his was like felt more emotional. So, but me personally, I would think it would be Andrew.
Yep.
I think Andrew's Spider-Man was fantastic, and he brought all that energy to this role once again.
Yep.
Which is funny. Like, I guess they have been petitioning for him to get his third movie, and they
Listen.
actually might be in talks of doing more stuff. It's like they finally realized that he wasn't the issue.
No.
It was
When you hear people criticize that movie, nobody is saying it's Andrew at all. Because
exactly.
I remember I was telling Terry this. When Mark Webb did Spider-Man 2, he was coming off course the success of Spider-Man 1, which everybody who know me know that's my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. Like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man to me, that's my Spider-Man. Like that
Yeah.
dude embodies Peter Parker in today's day and time. Toby, really embodied him more in the 90s type, you know what I'm saying? Even though he wasn't in the 90s, but he was kind of that, oh gee golly, let me get this cat out your tree type, kind of like in that Christopher Reeves time. He was Superman type, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I liked Andrew, man. Like Andrew was a modern day take on Spider-Man. So for me, I think it's Andrew. But with the whole thing of them giving him a chance, bro. Like I think they panicked because remember this also too was around the time when Sony had those email leaks that came out. Where they're talking about those different movies that were supposed to come out, ideas they had and all that stuff. And so he kind of panicked. It was like, oh, we need because remember that's also too Spider. So the last 3 Spider-Man movies you only had one good one. Remember you had Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man, and then you had Spider-Man 2. So in those 3 you only had one good movie. So Sony kind of panicked, and that's when they kind of had that deal with Marvel or whatever, and they kind of wanted Marvel to help boost Spider-Man's popularity again. And of course, the rest is history. But I think they overreacted. Because you did good, like I said, the Amazing Spider-Man, you had the first Spider-Man, and then you had Spider-Man 2. You have a solid track record, man. Just go back to the drawing board, take out the things that did not work, and keep the things that did work. Because you did good in the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. Exactly. It's like when you got
the recipe.
Yeah, you got the recipe. It's like, but so when the studio went in and meddled with Mark Webb, because it was their idea, just throw in all these bad guys or whatever, because they were trying to hurry and get to the spin-off of the Sinister Six, and trying to put the cart before the horse instead of just making a good movie and then kind of work your way into that. They were like, no, just throw as many of them in there as you can. We're trying to get the Sinister Six movie going, and it's just like, okay, so this one he overdid it, and that's when it was kind of what it was with Spider-Man 2. They wanted to change the tone and everything too because they said the first one was too dark. Which I like. Like I said, y'all know it's my favorite one. The first one.
The first one was too dark.
Yeah, they said it was too dark. Which is why, if you notice in Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a little more campier. Yeah. They got Giamatti was a Rhino, and you see he's all campy. He sounded like a Adam West Batman villain.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it just. I remember the late great John Snip had said. I remember they went to the movies and seen it, and he compared it to Batman and Robin. And when he said that, I was like, okay, I think he's just talking, bro. It can't be that bad. And so when the movie was over with, I said, okay, I see what you're talking about. It was very, very hokey. It had a lot of hokey moments. Like the tone was just all over the place in that movie. They didn't know if it wanted to be serious, if you know it wanted to be campy. But yeah, like I said, Andrew, man, that's my Spider-Man. I like the way that it was fan service, but it wasn't like unnecessary fan service. It had a purpose to the story. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think as time went on, I kind of was like, okay, yeah, they're gonna be in this movie. Especially when you seen that trailer at the end of that trailer when you saw Tom Holland Spider-Man diving towards the 3 bad guys. And then, like, if you saw the Brazilian trailer cut, you could see Lizard's head got to go down like that. And it's like, okay, you already knew that somebody hit him. It didn't call we saw the movie. It was what's name kicking him, and that's why his head went like that or whatever. But the one thing about this movie I like, man, I like the fact that now Spider-Man is going to be Spider-Man now. Not Iron Man Jr. or anything like that. High-tech shit. Nanotech and all that. No.
Yeah.
He
basic.
Thank you. He made it himself. And I kind of like I really would have liked to get a better look at it, but it looked kind of nice. Taylor like a little bit too shiny.
Turquoise blue.
Yeah.
Turquoise blue.
It would have looked like, I just like the fact that he going back to the traditional Spider-Man, bro. That's what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. Even that scene when he went into his apartment, it almost gave me Toby vibes.
Yeah. There you go.
And then it gave me Andrew vibes when he had his own suit.
Yeah.
And then it gave me 2099 because that turquoise blue is almost like the same as the 2099, but was it 2049?
No, not 2099. 2099.
It's the 2099 suit. But his is a lot more futuristic.
Well, they would come out with a 2099 Spider-Man. I'm gonna give it my wallet. I don't care. Just take my wallet, bro. Just take my wallet.
Sidebar. If you've seen the Morbius trailer, the Morbius is centered in a universe where all of them did exist. So that's why when you see
it's kind of funny you said that because Morbius comes out next month.
We got days.
Yeah, you're right. We really got days. You're right.
Hold on, what's the date? 21st,
20 finna be 24th. So yeah.
24. So 4 plus 9.
What's that? Come out mid January?
January 28th. Almost in.
Ooh, almost a month. A little over a month.
But in the Morbius universe, it's Oscorp. There's
Spider-Man, because you got Spider-Man's a murder on the wall.
So you got Spider-Man, you got Green Goblin.
I'm not gonna. I was gonna say something about the Morbius. I don't think y'all heard, and I don't want to mess it up for y'all. I'm pissed that I know about it. Because Terry was asking me, and it's like, you don't want to know. Just at least you get to go in cold turkey. I'm the one that knows already. It's not fair.
Tell me after this video.
No. I want to tell you, bro. I want to tell
you about what? Say it again.
Morbius. There's a something gonna happen in Morbius. I didn't want to tell y'all. I don't want to tell y'all.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. Because I said she was trying to ask me. I'm like, no, you get to go in cold turkey, man. Just be lucky you get to go in cold turkey. I didn't want to know. Yeah. Just say thanks to John, bro. John out here giving out spoilers and stuff. Anyway,
okay.
I forgot.
No, I don't want to.
Go ahead.
I was about to say the last thing that I watched as far as like a theory thing. Mm-hmm. They were talking about the Brazilian trailer and how it could be like all three could be in there. Mm-hmm. From that once they started talking, it's like cut off. From that point on, like I hadn't watched anything about Morbius. Like, bro, I'm washing my hands of it. It's like,
bro, did you see the pictures that went online too? I didn't look at the picture.
Yep.
I happened to scroll down and saw a picture of like Toby and all them together. I was like, crap. I turned it like, bro, what y'all doing? Like, stop doing that.
Yeah,
I don't know why
people do that, man.
I don't know why.
And it's everybody just trying to like break news and be the first ones to do. It's like it ain't worth it. Like, what's trying to happen? People are trying to enjoy these movies. Like, I understand, like you have your theories and things like that, but you can't like pull stuff like that. Them being together. Nah, you can't be doing that. but yeah, I'm looking forward to that movie. This one.
Like you wouldn't do that with a baby shower.
Yeah,
you not just walk around like I know the steps of the baby. Like what? Yeah. Like, they literally for the tellers. Just
wait.
Yeah, just wait. Yeah, exactly. Just wait. Let me ask y'all a question. Based off of Spider-Man 2. Yep. Do y'all think that Spider-Man is now gonna stay in the MCU, or is he going back to Sony? Because I got a theory on that, man.
The question of the day, the elephant in the room.
I think he'll be able to bounce back and forth now.
I think so too. Like I don't see what the issue is him not being able to go back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would think so too. I mean, wouldn't he still be on contract?
Yeah.
Between the two companies, just like
I think he's contracted for one more movie with Marvel.
Tom Holland?
Yeah, Tom Holland's contracted with one more movie. Well, Sony and Disney got one more movie under contract.
I think they're gonna re-up on that. They've been making way too much money. Like, there's way too much money working together than working apart. Like, you might as well just as we make movies. Exactly, it's like as we make movies and he fits. Go ahead, bring him here. Do it over here. It doesn't make sense to just cut him off at this point after MCU. Just give him one more movie and be done with. No, he's a major part of the MCU. I like how they did basically how have everybody to forget him. Mm-hmm. I like that part because I think that is what's going to allow him to jump back and forth between Sony and the MCU. Yep. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I think the way Sony did this movie, they kind of, if you think about it, kind of left it open ended. It's just in case, we can't come to a deal, then he can easily slip out because everybody forgot about you. He can easily slip out, and if they can come to an agreement, he'll still be in there, but nobody knows his identity. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of left it open ended to where it's like, either way it go, we're prepared because they could have definitely made it seem like. Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When Strange was telling him that like all of them are coming in, we got to do something. and Tom was kind of like looking, and I thought he was gonna say like, okay, just go ahead and send me in. That's what I thought he was gonna say. And I was like, now I'm gonna be like, okay, that's how he going back to the Sonyverse. But he ended up saying like, yeah, just had him forget who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, cool. So like I said, the way he ended it, they can have it open ended or whatever. Because I and plus on top of that, Kevin Feige kind of made that comment he did make a comment that he said the Spider-Man is the only character that can go back and forth in different worlds and stuff. But like I said, I don't see why they can't just do that. Like, why do you have to have him here or have him here?
One or
just go back and forth.
Just do both.
Just do both. But yeah, like for me, man, like I want him. Like y'all already know, I've been saying I want him to stay. But I want him to be Spider-Man now. Like all this, he making like childish mistakes and all that sort of stuff, and just blunders and all that. Like you old enough now, man, to where like, and I think that him getting that new suit was kind of symbolic of him saying like, "Yo, I'm here now. I'm ready. Man. Like this is Spider-Man. We here to move forward."
He officially has nobody. Like he doesn't have Happy. He doesn't have Iron Man. Doesn't have MJ. Doesn't have his friend Hobgoblin. Doesn't have Doctor Strange. So I mean, right now you're just Peter Parker in your own apartment with your suit and you Spider-Man.
Now one thing that kind of got me about this movie, I wasn't too thrilled with the fact that. So why was Venom there? Just to be there.
Yeah. I think that was part of being able to connect the two the two cinematic universes.
But then he went back and it was just like.
But did you see he left a part of him?
Well, I know he left a part, but it was like that was just why that's why he was there, just leave that part. And
But if he came from his own universe.
No, I know that. I was saying like you hyped him up in 2 end credit scenes to make it seem like we about to get that Venom vs. Spider-Man morning or whatever. You know, so it's like he got up and so it disappeared. It's like y'all hyped him up in 2 end credit scenes just to leave that little bitty dot.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And I was waiting for that too. It was like when is Venom gonna be here, make it to New York and start trashing stuff.
I thought he was gonna be there. Like I said, at the end of the video, and at the end of the movie, you see him still sitting in a bar. It's like, so why were you there then? I'm confused.
Yeah.
But then y'all want to go ahead and touch on the second end credit? We gotta talk about
man.
Strange. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm always ready to talk about Strange.
so much.
Bro, Doctor Strange. I think we now have confirmed that we're going to get Strange Supreme in the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, that what if? That's how I've been telling folks. It's like you need to watch that what if. Like that'll give you a good idea of what you end up dealing with for that Doctor Strange too.
I think he's the most powerful version of Doctor Strange too. So yeah, man. Listen,
man,
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. So there is another some more stories coming out that this Doctor Strange is going to introduce a lot of new characters throughout the multiverses. Like you're gonna get to see a lot of multiversal characters.
I heard about that. What was it? They said that because Spider-Man has done so well with all the new with so many characters in it that they started doing reshoots to introduce additional people as well in the Doctor Strange movies. I haven't heard. I'm not trying to hear. I'm not here. I'm not saying
new characters to the MCU. So
they're bringing in a lot of people.
Yeah, we could be getting some new characters in there, bro, and I'm excited, bro. Yeah, like, I think this is gonna be a huge one too. Like, I think Will, I think you touched on it. I think that her kids are gonna come over to the MCU. Her real kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It just makes sense the way that they how Wanda Vision ended, and then right there with the going into the end credits, you heard them talk. It's like, But
Yeah.
that's the multiverse situation right there. Like that's
And,
what that is.
and then Cam, you might get your answer to the universal question of what happened to Vision. Vision might pop up, and I think Vision gonna pop
Vision
up.
might pop up. I think they
Vision
might
gonna
even
pop up.
try to introduce Professor Xavier. If that for the, I mean, that's the only person I can think of that'll be like, oh snap, I know who that is. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody in a wheelchair with an X in the chair. It's only one person to do that. Regardless if it's the same person,
right?
It can be a variant. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd be cool. Man, listen.
Even the Black Panther.
Like this would be a great time, Doctor Strange 2, for them to build out the next decade for MCU. So introducing, this will be the point to introduce at least one mutant. It would be a great time to introduce the Fantastic Four. At least one character, like with the multiverse, they don't have to do everybody in the Doctor Strange. You can just introduce one person, like per setup, like. Boom, you have Reed here. Boom, you have Xavier or even Wolverine right here. Just these different spots that they can touch on. And boom, you've opened up a new chapter or another decade worth of movies just right there without even having to do too much. Just introduce them. It can be a simple cameo of a person. It could be even just a suit. Just keeping it as small as that to where you can actually have the next decade set out. So that's why, when I heard the reshoots happening to introduce more people, it's like, oh yeah, they better wow out now.
Man, because the director of Spider-Man is going to be directing the Fantastic Four movie. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What you about to say, Kim?
I would love to see like a little snippet of where somebody in a wheelchair leaving Doctor Strange's office. And I'm like, who's that? It's like, don't worry, we'll talk about him later. Or you just a dude just throw a cigar at Doctor Strange. He's like, I'm tired of that guy.
Yeah.
Never seen nobody just do something like that.
Do y'all think that you think we're ever going to get the Young Avengers? We seem to be getting a lot of these. You think so? I don't know if I want the Young Avengers, to tell you the truth.
I don't want him.
I don't think I want them, bro. But
that's not what you asked. Yeah. I think we're going to get them, but that's not what I don't really need it. But I mean, for what it's worth.
There's a lot of stuff pointing toward that direction. Kate Bishop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just Kate Bishop.
All these,
but how old is she?
22.
Yeah, 22.
Not young.
Yeah.
Not young.
I mean, young. Well, I mean, all of them around that age though, like high teens, low 20s. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what it seems like they're going. It definitely seems like that's where they're headed. Is Young Avengers, especially since the original four basically aren't on Earth anymore. So yeah, it's other than Hulk. But yeah, it seems like that's where they're headed at this point.
Doctor Strange. The fact that y'all said that is really just like Doctor Strange could pull in a lot of random people, and
that's what I'm saying.
Simple, like like Neymar.
Yeah.
Well, Namor supposed to be in the Black Panther movie.
Yeah, that's supposed to be.
At least it was. They reshooting that though.
Man, y'all know my opinion on that one, but yeah.
But they at this point they should go ahead and recast Black Panther, especially T'Challa, especially if they're going to end up having to do Shuri as well. Like you might as well just recast both of them. Keep everybody else the same, but recast them too. Yeah,
at least real quick, you throw in Black Panther and Doctor Strange, so that way when the movie come out, we not like, oh, who this guy? That's not Black Panther.
Yeah.
No, this is Black Panther. From this part.
Yeah, go ahead, put in the groundwork. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I heard the rumor, man, that Killmonger might be back.
For real?
That
rumor.
I haven't heard that.
because then you could say that he's Black Panther, and this is.
See, that's what I was telling Terry. I was like, so I guess they feel like on Marvel side, I guess they feel like it's he's a popular guy, Michael B. George. Let's just make him Black Panther. Find a way to kind of like revive him and to make him like just recast the character. I don't understand what the issue is.
Yeah, just recast it at this point. Because at first, like, I guess it was really close to when Chadwick had passed away, where it's like, okay, don't recast it because I get it. Like with how well that he played it, and he just owned it. But at this point, with everything happening, and it's been more time separated from it. I believe it's time to recast him because right now I would feel like it's a better time to recast him than waiting on it. Because if you wait on it, then it's going to be a new set of movies at that point to recast him. But right now, you're dealing with a multiverse to where you can actually pull somebody else in from somewhere else to be Black Panther, and so it can be something to that effect. Yeah,
because
I know they got that. I know they got that button in there. I know they got a Terrence Howard button in the office. Press that.
Exactly. Like it's not like you never recast before, bro. That's why, like I said, I use the example of like. When Heath Ledger passed as Joker, so you don't ever film another Joker in another Batman movie ever. You know what I'm saying?
No,
exactly. Understand he did a great job at that character role, but it's like the character does not serve the actor. The actor serves the character. And so if that was a mind frame that DC had, we would have never got the Joker movie.
We would have got a lot of stuff. We would have got like 4 Batman movies, like.
You would have got a Batman movie with no Joker. It's like, who's your arch enemy? Riddler. Wait, I thought it was Batman. Yeah, Joker. No. We can't recast Joker because Heath Ledger died. It's like,
never again.
That makes no sense.
Can't even recast Riddler because that was Jim Carrey. So like, what are we doing?
So it's just like,
is he the mask or is he Jim Carrey? Like,
so I think I was like, I'm with the whole recasting T'Challa thing.
Yeah,
and like I said, love Chadwick Boseman. Man,
I'm gonna do it.
That character is a very huge character, bro. You need to. I don't want to see anybody. Because now, what are you gonna do? Just say he doesn't exist anymore? Like, what are they gonna do with the movies? Like, I don't understand how that was gonna work. And so, like Will said, now Shuri is going to. Letitia Wright is stepping away because she doesn't want to get vaccinated. So now you're gonna be without her and without Black Panther. Yeah. And so, hey, you got to start recast. Go ahead and recast both of them, man, if you have to, and just get this thing rolling.
Come on, it's a comic book movie, so you should be able to just recast.
It's really acceptable, right?
Thank you, Cameron. Right? Thank you. It's like it's 2021. I think we understand. Yeah. It's like nobody gonna still like, what happened to the last guy that was Black Panther? Really, everybody and mama know what happened to the last guy.
If we got 3 Spiderman, y'all complaining?
Yeah, exactly. Like we got 3 Spiderman. You have about 85 Batman, 85 Supermans, you know what I'm saying? 85 Spider-Man. It's like, yeah, bro, we get it. Like, you recast at the while.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You just recast and you move on.
Exactly.
And I trust Marvel with their casting, so, just recast, bro.
I trust it. Just go ahead and figure it out.
Yeah.
Just don't deny the decision that you have to make. You know you got to change. Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough one, too, to try to figure out who they would go with. If they would go with a younger T'Challa, or if they would go towards someone that's close to Chadwick's age, at least like mid to late 30s, early 40s, like he was. Because my pick, his name just skipped my mind, but the young boy from Stranger Things. I think if he on muscle. If he's able to put on muscle,
if he's able to put on muscle,
I think he's too young though.
No,
well, I think he just hit 21. That's what I'm saying. But with him, you can have if everything goes well, you can have him for that much longer of a time period as well.
But I think that would be ideal if they were rebooting Black Panther. You just keeping him going. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, when they recast the Hulk, they didn't get a younger guy to recast. They pretty much had a guy around the same age, so that way they could just keep the story for it. Like, if it was rebooting, then then we're gonna start a little bit younger. Then you throw him in there. But since you're trying to keep his story, because this Black Panther that you're recasting is the Black Panther, is T'Challa Black Panther, just like Mark Ruffalo is Edward Norton's Hulk. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, if it was recasting, I mean, if you were rebooting, okay, I can still go a little bit younger. But since you're trying to continue it, you get somebody a little bit older. Maybe, like you said, maybe late 30s.
Yeah.
Maybe late 30s. That's probably about as young as I go. But other than that, like, you just get somebody who's a little bit older.
You said late 30s? More like early 30s. More like.
Well, 30, I think he's supposed to be like, 30, I think T'Challa supposed to be like 30. Yeah, like 30.
Yeah, at least 35 to 37.
Yeah, 35, 37. I think that's what he was supposed to be. I think he's supposed to be in his late 30s.
Yeah.
Because Shuri was supposed to be
at least 27. The way that she seemed, she would, to me,
she was younger than that, bro.
She had to be younger than that. She
about 23.
Oh, I think she's supposed to be 21. I think
21. Okay.
Yeah. I think she's supposed to be 21 or whatever.
Yeah, recast her.
So which means like Will said, maybe he's supposed to be like 35, maybe around there. Still kind of
right around.
But
I'm trying to think of who I would choose to play him.
That's what I was sitting there thinking, but I trust Marvel.
It would be tough.
I trust Marvel. It's very tough because whoever they cast is gonna have a huge shadow over, man. Like a lot of people gonna be sitting there critiquing them based off of what Chad did. Like, man, Chad didn't do it like that, or Chad wouldn't have done that, or Chad didn't act like that, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a tall task, man.
That it's the acting side, it's the they're being able to move around, and then also the talking, because he actually with the different dialect or to embody Black Panther. So being able to put all that together, it's gonna be tough to find that.
Smooth gonna bring Idris Elba into this and be like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Like, we accept a lot of things, but this is not one of them.
Y'all wilding.
Hey, I'm about to say, then you have to do some explaining, like how he Black Panther and Heimdall. Somebody right.
Yeah.
That'd be difficult, man.
It's a different universe. I'm a variant.
But is there anything else I want to add to the video, man, before we wrap it up?
So if y'all are watching this, make sure that y'all follow us, because we will be talking within the next week. We have Boba Fett dropping, so we're going to have to talk about that. Matrix Revolution just dropped, so we're going to talk about that in a week as well.
Matrix Revelation.
Resurrection.
No, Resurrection. Yeah, thank you.
Resurrection, Matrix, Resurrection.
Matrix R. Matrix R.
Yeah, there
Matrix Registration.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's in theaters and on HBO Max, so we're going to watch that, and we're going to talk about that within the week as well. So the next video we'll be talking Matrix R and Boba Fett. We want to get in that first episode of Boba Fett. It drops next Wednesday as well, so I'm looking forward to that.
Man,
I wanted to drop that on them.
I cannot wait.
It's gonna be good news. Good news.
Yes. So you heard my cousin say, man, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you're new to the channel, new to watching us, go ahead and like and subscribe. We will become a little bit more active, guys. We're definitely gonna try to become more active, because we're in the geek culture, man. It's always something to talk about, man. Not just the movies and television shows. There's a lot of everything, man. Games. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, man. So we would definitely get into that. So like I said, like and subscribe to the channel, guys. And with that being said, man, I was trying to think, did we do our score? What'd you give the score on Spider-Man?
For me, it would be a 10 out of 10.
It can't be 10, right?
For sure.
I'm gonna go.
Y'all saw Murdoch?
Yeah, exactly.
You saw Murdoch.
I'm a good lawyer.
When I say I'm a good lawyer. I like him.
I should have put my Daredevil shirt on. I told Terry that she just saw it in my clothes. Don't he know where it is? I said I forgot.
These are the perks of being a nerd. When I seen him, I was so excited. I looked at Samoria. She calm face. Don't know who this man is.
Bruh, the whole entire
Listen.
my whole entire theater room erupted when he came on the screen, bro.
Yes.
Like I was like, yes, I said it's official. He's in. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Even though Kevin Feige did confirm that he's going to be Daredevil before the movie came out. He's like he was like, oh, I don't know when he's going to show up, but he's going to be our Daredevil. I was like, that's kind of strange. You also just said that Kevin Feige, like, which had people saying, like, okay, so yeah, he's gonna be a Spider-Man. Like, you can nobody just randomly say something like that.
Yeah.
And
And that's why I say I don't think Kingpin is dead. You just introduced.
No, I don't think
no.
True. Yeah,
Wouldn't do that.
he can't be dead.
I would hope he wouldn't do nothing
like you said, Will. Like if you talking about Daredevil going to be, within I told y'all, listen, I think Daredevil going to be. I mean, a lot of people think he's going to be an Echo, but I'm telling you, I think Daredevil's going to be in Moon Knight.
Ooh.
If you put this man in Moon Knight, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's over. Okay, it is over. You put this. How many
times you gonna watch it,
bruh?
See, I need to talk to you about Moon Knight.
Bro. I man, listen, bro. You talking about two guys who were kind of compared to Batman in one show.
Yeah,
they're gonna be fighting.
I'm gonna pay for a lifetime of Disney, bro. If they do that, bro. I'm telling you. Oh my god, bro. And I hope Kevin Feige watch this video, bro. And I want you to find a way to put Daredevil in Moon Knight. It is over. I'm telling you, bro. Oh my god.
When you finish the video, we're just gonna tag him on Twitter.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Put that man in Moon Knight, man. But yeah, man, with that being said, guys, it is your boy Rail. I got my cuz Will and my kinfolk Cam.
Yeah, boy.
Yes, sir. And we will catch y'all again here very soon. Like Will said, we'll be talking about the Boba Fett series and we'll be talking about Matrix Resurrection. Got it. All right, y'all stay geeked. We'll see y'all again soon.